Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnahfollowers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnahfollowers. Obligations are serious, need to be met. Why prepare for forget? Throw away every good intention. Make a donation to the side. From love will make it right. Just remember and don't decide. Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this, all right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Layla Nashiba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
You will make it through. The fitra is awaken you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, is a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awaken you. With Quran and Sunnah on your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
In alhamdulillah, wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody here to our second class for today, really, because alhamdulillah, we had the Sunnah Followers Kids program earlier. And mashallah, I'm so proud of the Sunnah follower kids. They did an excellent job today with the book Dunya. And again, for those of you who have not yet purchased the book entitled Dunya, that's written by Brother Daryl Abdullah Kirk, please go to Amazon and get it, because that's the book that we'll be going over every Saturday with the children. And it's not a children's book. That book is written for adults. But mashallah, you see how intelligent Muslim children are who are upon the correct belief system. They understood all the information in chapter 1. They answered all the questions with detail. And I was very, very, very impressed with them. So I did a good thing teaching them just directly from the adult book, because that's the way I learned when I was a kid. Subhanallah, when I started learning the religion when I was 7, 8 years old, subhanallah, my mother jumped. We went right into Bukhari, Muslim, Muwatta, and all of the hadiths. And people were like, oh, she's not going to be able to understand that. She's a kid. But I did. And I memorized all those hadiths by heart. So it's good that I did this. And because the children, they really understood the information and they enjoyed the book. They spoke about how much they really enjoy the book. So mashallah, for those of you who have not yet purchased it, go to Amazon.com. The book is only $10. It's written by Daryl Abdullah Kirk. He's one of my students. It's called Dunya. And what it is speaking about how as Muslims, how we can maintain our Muslim identity in this world and still have a good ending in the hereafter. All right. And it's about 300 pages. It's a 300-page book. And the adults are free to join and participate too. I mean, let the children do the talking and answering, but the adults are free to join to learn too. Okay, so that class is every Sunday at 2. So today, for this class, we are continuing the concept of wala wal bara. We are diluting the meaning and application of the term wala wal bara, which in English translates to mean what? Who can tell me, what does wala wal bara mean in English? What does it mean? When we speak about wala wal bara, what are we speaking about? Can anyone update us on the meaning of that? Anyone? What does wala wal bara refer to? Can anyone share that in the Zoom room? Come on, people in Zoom, wake up. Don't you guys in that Zoom room start that I don't not answering questions and just sitting there to sit. What does the concept of wala wal bara mean in English? Can anyone tell me? Also the people on YouTube, people on Facebook, Sister Pamela, Brother Ibrahim, that he's on Twitch. Let me give my salams to the people on Twitch and Trovo and D-Live and also LinkedIn and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. What does the concept of wala wal bara refer to? Can anyone answer that question?
Is it loyalty to Islam, loyalty to Allah?
Loyalty to Islam, loyalty to Allah. What do you guys think about her answer?
Yeah, it means our allegiance is to Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to the believers. And it first entails deeper than that, but that's just a part of it. That means we abide by Allah's laws, His rules, and that everything. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
You did good. Good job. Okay, and also Pamela said wala wal bara refers to having allegiance to Allah first and foremost, then to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then allegiance to the Muslims and our religion of Islam. That's what it refers to, having allegiance. And what does that mean? That means that whatever goes against what Allah commands, anything that goes against our religious belief, anything that goes against what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, or anything that contradicts what Allah said, what do we do? What do we do with it? Come on, people. If something, yes, we distance ourselves from it. So that's the concept of bara. Bara means to distance ourselves from whatever contradicts what Allah says, whatever contradicts what the Prophet Muhammad said, whatever contradicts our religion, our lifestyle. That's bara. So how should the Muslims deal with homosexuality, gender equality? Based on the meaning of wala wal bara, how should we as Muslims deal with gender equality? Can anyone answer that?
We should disassociate with it.
Why?
Because Allah hates the all that LGBTQ stuff.
Okay, exactly. We distance ourselves from that gender crap because it contradicts our belief system. We stay away from it. We don't support it. We have that. Does that mean that we go around hurting people? Do we go around hurting people who are a part of that genre? No. It means that we just distance ourselves from that genre. We don't deal with or associate with people that's a part of that genre. Because why? It contradicts my ideology. It contradicts my belief system. So, like one of the sisters asked me today, this is why I'm going there with this. One of the new shahadas informed me. She said, Sister Layla, my brother is gay. My brother is gay. And my brother would like to come over and spend time with my sons. How should she respond to that? Based on wala wa bara and its meaning, how should she respond to that? Her brother is gay and wants to come and spend time with her sons.
She would have to answer and say no, based on her ideology and what Allah has told her about that situation and how we want to please Him foremost, that we should distance ourselves. So let him know, no, we're not going to associate with that. I'm sorry, I can't allow myself nor my children to be exposed to that. So I have to say no.
Exactly. And that's the answer. Your brother can't come around you or your children. This is something that totally his lifestyle contradicts. La ilaha illallah. His lifestyle contradicts wala wa bara. So, how would you respond to her next question? Which is, well, doesn't Allah tell us that we're supposed to keep the ties of kinship? That anyone who severs the tie of kinship has severed their tie with Allah. How would we respond to her second question?
She can talk to him on the phone. She doesn't have to be around him face to face. She doesn't have to let him around. If she wants, she can always talk with him on the phone, but you should still dissociate from that person.
So is that correct, guys? Should she still talk to him on the phone and have her sons talk to him on the phone? Is that correct?
No, what Allah hates, we hate. So you have to disassociate yourself until he come back to doing what he's supposed to do.
Okay, so how do you deal with her question then? Okay, what about how do you justify cutting the tie of kinship? Explain it, in other words. Didn't Allah say that we never cut the tie of kinship? How would you explain that to her? How would I explain that to her? What would I say to her? Anybody? Okay, let me answer this question. You cut him off. This is total barra. I don't care if you my father. I don't care if you my brother. I don't care if you my son. Your lifestyle contradicts what Allah says. This is a major sin. Homosexuality. Allah destroyed a whole nation of people. Homosexuality is one of the few sins in Islam that brings about capital punishment. So no, I don't talk to you on the phone. And no, you ain't talking to my children on the phone. You have no exposure to me, no exposure to my children. You severed the tie of kinship by choosing such a lifestyle. Because guess what? That lifestyle goes against Christianity and everything else too. Okay? So how do we justify it? Well, there's always exceptions. As Allah says, unless your family tries to get you to do something that contradicts what Allah says, unless your family are enemies to Allah. In that case, we sever the tie. Just like the Prophet Muhammad had to sever the tie with Abu Jahl, who was his uncle. He had to sever the tie with Abu Lahab, who was his uncle. Okay? Most of the Quraysh were his relatives that he was fighting. He had to sever those ties until they came back or until they accepted him. So do you sisters understand that? That's one of the few exceptions as to when the tie of kinship is to be severed. What's another instance in which we sever the tie of kinship? Can anybody remember? If the lifestyle contradicts Islam, such as that, we sever it. You're no longer my brother. To you be your way, to me be mine. And what's another instance in which we would sever that tie with a relative? Can anybody remember the other one? Go say it again, baby.
If they fight against
Yes, if they fight against enemies to Islam, if they're fighting against the Muslims, they're hating on us. Good job. And the other one, as Sister Fatima typed, is if they apostate. If they apostate from the religion, we sever the tie. It's done. Because these are the instances in which capital punishment comes in. If you are living in a Muslim state, an Islamic state, these people would be non-existent. Okay? So does that answer the question for the sister? So if you have a brother whose lifestyle is gender equality, you sever the tie with him. You don't visit him. He doesn't visit you. He definitely doesn't come around your family. So your husband, and this is the last part of her question, your husband is correct in telling you that he better not ever hear that your brother was in his house. Her husband told her, if I ever find out that your brother has come anywhere near my home, I will divorce you. Your husband is justified in that. And I agree with him. If I was your husband, I'd divorce you in a heartbeat too, if you bring that person in my house around my children when their lifestyle totally contradicts what Allah says. A lifestyle that would bring capital punishment were this an Islamic state. Does everybody understand that? This is wala wal bara, allegiance and disassociation. Muslims today are weak. We ask about this war. This war ain't going away. Who told you that this war is going away? This is just the beginning. It's getting ready to hit you in UK, in America, Australia, and everywhere else. You weak Muslims, this is the beginning of what's going to lead to the end. Don't y'all see it? Allah warned you. Allah said it was going to happen. Do y'all think Allah is just talking? Y'all think that the prophet just made this stuff up? This is the beginning of the end. And you wonder why. Because you've deviated away. We've deviated away from the concept of wala wa bara. Instead of us obeying Allah and distancing ourselves from those things that come between us and Allah. Instead of us distancing ourselves from those things that contradict what Allah says, we're letting it come around us. And we wonder why our children grow up bisexual, homosexual, unisexual, and everything else. You expose them. You wonder why you, years later, when your daughter's 40 years old, she finally confesses to you that she was molested. She was molested because you allowed her in that environment. You allowed her to be in the presence of immoral people. You want to know why? We Muslims, remember, guys, whatever evil befalls us, what did Allah say? It comes from Him. He said, as a result of what we brought on ourselves. I get so sick of these Muslims, yes, what's going on in Gaza is going on. What's going on in Africa is going on too. What's going on here in America is going on. Y'all think it's going to get better? It's going to get worse. Like Allah says, if all of humanity were to come together to try to stop the war, you wouldn't be able to do nothing unless Allah wills it. This is Allah. He's in control. Because we have deviated away from La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, and we deviate away from the concept of wala, walbara, allegiance. My allegiance is not to the flag of the United States. I don't pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. I don't pledge allegiance to the flag of Gaza. I don't pledge allegiance to the flag of Nigeria. I pledge allegiance to Allah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's supposed to be our allegiance as Muslims. But with the war that's going on, and it ain't just happening in Gaza, with the war that's going on and all over affecting Muslims, we can see from our reactions as Muslims that we got some serious issues. We have issues of Aqidah, which is belief, and we have issues of allegiance. Our allegiance is misplaced. Our allegiance is displaced. And our Aqidah is corrupt. It's corrupted for many of us beyond repair. Beyond repair. This is the beginning of what's going to lead to the end. Mark my words. Are you ready for it? Can you handle it? Nope. Just like you can't handle what's happening now, and this ain't even impacting everybody. If you can't handle what's happening now, how you gonna handle it when it's right here in your face happening to you? You're gonna apostate. That's what's gonna happen. Apostation is gonna be rampant. So today, what I'm gonna speak about, and I did post up the pages. We're covering today pages 140. What is it? 143 to 145. We're 143 to 145. Yesterday, we spoke about how in order for us to continue in our journey back to Allah, we have to implement allegiance, which is wala in our lives. We have to reaffirm our allegiance to Allah and to this religion and to the Prophet. Well, today we're going to speak about how there's no way that we can remain steadfast in our journey towards Allah unless we also implement al-bara, which is the distancing. Okay, so let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen and oh, wait a minute, let me think. I forgot they changed this streaming program. And let me take everything down. I did figure out how to do it earlier when I was doing the children's class, but I done forgot it again. Hold on. I hit this thing over here. What's this? Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, give me a second, guys. And let me change my background to something besides that. Let's make it something pleasant. That's where I live. That's Cuyahoga Falls, guys. That's here where Layla lives. Oh, yeah. I took this video. The waterfalls the other day. Tiba, we're going to have to go to the falls. The falls is beautiful. Look at them. They're calling us. Okay, hold on. That's this the falls down the street from me. Yeah, this is down the street from me, guys. Yeah, that's the falls that's down the street from where I live. Okay, hold on. Let me put this up. All right. Now, I took it the other day when I was with Jayla. When Jayla was here. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to work this camera. So I come back to this. Okay, I see it. Does this work? Am I on there? No, I didn't work it. Hold on. Wait a minute. They said click on this. Click on this button. Then click on. Oh, wait a minute. I got confused, guys. No, I don't click on that. I click on this. And then go to this. And then click on this and that. Is that showing up now? Do you guys see it?
You can see it on the Zoom, but not in YouTube.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Oh, so I have to click this button. Okay, hold on. Let me delete this. Okay, there it is. Y'all see it now? There it is. Okay. Yeah, they changed the streaming program, so I'm getting better with it today. Let me make it larger. Okay. Wow. Okay, there it is. There it is. Now I see it. Okay, so today we're going to cover, that's it, pages 143 to 145, not 144. I was on the phone with Dr. Asim when I was doing the PowerPoint, and we had a little discussion, and you see I wrote the wrong numbers. This is pages 143 to 145. And by the way, for those of you who do not have the book yet, make sure you go to Amazon.com. The book is $19.99, $20. This is a 500-page book. Oh, yeah, 500 pages. Well worth the money. This is volume 2. So please purchase this. We completed volume 1. This is volume 2. Exactly. And today we're going to be speaking about how unless we remain firm in executing our disassociation from that which contradicts Allah and his laws, we'll never be successful in our journey in this world, and never will we find success in the hereafter either. One of the sisters asked, why do I use that mean picture? I have to. Remember, for the new shahadas, and I'm answering this because these are the new Muslims. As a Muslim woman, there's a certain demeanor that we have to have publicly. And I want all the Muslim women around the world listening to me to understand this. Allah made the laws, not Layla Nashiba. I'm just obeying my Lord. My Lord commands me and you, any Muslim woman, that whenever we are out the house publicly, Yes, you can be beautiful in your appearance. Allah says, wear your most beautiful clothing to the houses of Allah or whatever. Allah loves beauty. But there's a certain demeanor that we have to have as women for our protection. Number one, Allah says, oh, you women who believe, do not soften your voices publicly. When you speak publicly, make your voices loud, make your voice serious, and make your voice firm, because you do not know what evil lurks in the heart of men. In other words, Allah is telling us, commanding us Muslim women to put on an intimidating demeanor when we leave our homes publicly. Because putting up an intimidating demeanor is what is for our protection. You look at this picture of me. I'm not smiling. I'm beautiful. I'm dressed the way my Lord commands, but I got the look on like jump back. I dare you. Take one step closer and you will regret it. That's the look I have. So any man that looks at my picture and has some corrupt filth in his heart, he's going to jump back. He's going to go soft and jump back, because he'll look at this picture and see this is not a woman to be toyed with. This is not a woman to be played with. This is a woman on a mission. She's on a mission for Allah. And he'll soften, literally, and he'll jump back. Do you sisters get it? I have to be graphic so you new shahadas understand, because women who have been Muslim all their lives don't understand this. And neither do the men today either. So if a person tells me, oh, listen to that sister, her voice is loud, her voice is strong, I say, Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar, because that's telling me that I'm obeying my Lord. I don't speak this way in my home with my family. I'm just as feminine as any other woman. But you will never hear Layla Nashiba speaking with her publicly the way I would speak with a man who I'm married to, or even with my grandchildren. You guys understand that? So that's why you're not going to see a picture of Layla Nashiba smiling, because Layla Nashiba fears her Lord. I know as an old woman the evil that lurks in the heart of men. I've had a few in my lifetime that I had to roundhouse kick. So I know the evil that lurks in the heart of some men. Some of them bearing the scars as we speak from my roundhouse kick. All right? Does that answer the question, sisters? The day that you sisters see me smiling in a picture is the day I need to hang up my dawah boots, because that shows that I have no fear of Allah anymore. This picture shows you, Layla, this woman fears Allah. Perhaps you dislike something that Allah loves and brings good from. Does that answer the question? All right. Okay. And all the brothers are in agreement. They know to jump back. Don't get no closer. That's the closest you better get. All right. Sandra say, I definitely understand. May Allah bless you, Sister Layla. Yeah, and that's the way all of us should be as women. You have to have that intimidation. It's for your protection. All right, so let's talk about it. When we talk about el-bara, this is the Arabic word. It's part of our shahada. When we declare la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, we are declaring that we will distance ourselves. El-bara refers to disassociation. I'm going to disassociate from anything that stands between me and my Lord, anything that stands between me and my prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and anything that comes between me and my religious beliefs. Okay? Does everybody understand that? And if you truly understand it and implement it in your life, this will awaken the fitra in your heart and cause the fitra in your heart to strengthen your soul. Because remember, we talked about how the soul is criminal. The soul is criminal by nature. Who said that? Allah did. Allah says in the Quran, the soul is criminal by nature. It's attracted to everything that's bad for it. It's attracted to everything that's dirty. But if you implement distancing within your heart, you can train your soul to conform to Allah's laws, to conform to Allah's guidance. You guys understand? For example, the demeanor, the public demeanor that we Muslim women are supposed to have when we leave our homes. We are women of dignity. We are women of humility and balance. We walk not looking down at the ground. We walk up. We stand tall. Oh, yeah. We don't sloop over. We stand tall with our heads up high. And we're conscious. We're conscious of everything around us. When we're walking, we may be looking ahead, but our eyes is aware of the peripheral vision too, because you never know when an attack can come. You never know when some evil denizen of shaitan can approach you to try to harm you. So we're conscious of our environment. We're conscious of our surroundings. And we have the fitra within our heart lit. It's awakened, and it's telling our soul to stay in sync. It's telling your soul, stay in sync. Don't give in to that attractive man over there that's watching you. Ignore the woman over there that's got a cigarette in her hand. Ignore the man across the street. And only fear Allah. It's telling the soul, only fear Allah. Y'all understand that? So this is how we protect the fitra within our heart from the false ideologies, also from harmful influences. And this is how we train and tame our soul to be firm and resilient against heedlessness and spiritual decline. Do you women get this? And this is how you should be teaching your daughters, all my Sunnah follower kids, my little girls who are the ages 7 and up. I hope your parents break this down to you. You are to always be conscious of your surroundings, your environment. Never think that you are less than anyone because you are a Muslim woman. Know that you are better than them. The simple fact that you dress the way you dress, covering your body. You talk the way you talk in a strong voice, a serious tone. You're better than these other women. You have the light in your heart awake, and your soul, which is attracted to everything that's bad for you, you got your soul tamed and it's in check. That's the Muslim woman. Okay? So by daily, through the daily practical expressions of el-bara or distancing, okay, our religion makes sense to us. And we as Muslims find protection from any negative influences or harmful ideologies or bad society norms that can destroy, our belief. Does everybody get it? And this is the problem today. Why is it that Allah has sent this war? I'm sick of hearing about the Zionists. We've given too much power to man. The Zionists did not create this war. The Zionists did not send this war. Allah's the creator. Allah's the sender. And he tells us why he sends war. But we're not focusing on that. But we need to. If we were living our lives practicing distancing, we wouldn't have the war. If we had been living our lives practicing allegiance, the proper allegiance, we would not be in the state of affairs that we're in today. So, el-bara, which is distancing ourselves from any and all things that stand between us and Allah. This means hating everything that Allah hates. And what are the things that Allah hates? Allah tells us the things he hates are the things he made unlawful. So anything that Allah made unlawful, he hates it. Allah hates cigarettes. Allah hates marijuana. Allah hates lying. He hates cheating. He hates dating. He hates gender crap. And the things that Allah likes are the things he made lawful. Allah likes makeup. Makeup is lawful. Allah likes the hijab. Allah likes the abaya. Allah likes a beard on a man. Allah likes colors. Allah likes beauty. Allah likes cleanliness. Allah likes remembrance of him. Allah likes seeking forgiveness from him. So Allah likes everything that he made lawful. He only hates the things he made haram. This is why I tell you Muslims all the time, do not use the word haram. Take the word haram out of your vocabulary unless you can back it up with a clear verse from the Quran or the Hadith that says whatever you claim is haram is haram. Everybody understand that? Otherwise, you're saying that Allah hates something that he doesn't hate. And to lie on Allah is not like lying on anyone else. Okay? So we have to implement the concept of distancing in our everyday lives in order to stay connected with Allah, in order to stay loyal to him, in order to show allegiance to him and his laws, in order to show love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We claim we love the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Any Muslim you ask on earth, you ask them, do you love the Prophet Muhammad? They'll say yes. But do they really? If you're taking ideologies over his, if you're taking opinions over his, then you don't have love for him. Again, we distance ourselves from all ideologies, all things that contradict what he said. Okay? And so now what I'm going to do is go over what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd did in this wonderful masterpiece. What Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd did, may Allah bless him and forgive him of his sins, Ameen. He put together a list of expressions of disassociation that can help us to protect the fitra of the heart, the light of the heart, and keep our souls tamed and trained. Okay, and I want you guys to look at these things and see if you have them. Number one, stay away from associating partners with Allah. Anything that contradicts belief in the oneness of Allah, you stay away from it. How many of us are doing that? Well, we got Muslims out there who celebrate birthdays. Oh, yeah. What are you celebrating when you celebrate a birthday? What are you doing? Well, you're telling the person that because this was the day that they were born, they are deserving of food and presents and gifts. What is that? You're associating partners with Allah. What human being on this earth is deserving of a present or a gift because he or she was born? We say we believe in Allah. We say we believe in his oneness, but look how many of us associate partners with Allah with this birthday crap. We need to check ourselves with that, guys. Seriously. Also, rejecting false ideologies and doctrines that contradict the teachings of Islam. Let's use another example. How many of you celebrate Valentine's Day? How many Muslims celebrate Valentine's Day? I'm using these celebrations as examples because we just had our celebration of the Eid. What is Valentine's Day? This is a day that we set aside here in America to give candy and gifts to your lover, to your girlfriend, to the person you're in love with. What does Islam say about girlfriends? Be my Valentine. You're asking people, will you be my Valentine? Will you be my lover for today? Will you be my lover for tomorrow? What does Islam say about having sex out of wedlock, having a lover? Does this contradict our teachings? Yes, it does. But look how many of you Muslims celebrate Valentine's Day every year. Asking people to be your Valentine. Even got your children passing out Valentine's Day cards. So are we implementing al-Bara in our lives? Are we really? Also, another one. Avoiding harmful and sinful actions that displease Allah or harm yourself or others. How many of you Muslims smoke marijuana? How many of you smoke cigarettes? For those of you who smoke cigarettes, not only are you harming yourself, but your secondhand smoke is harming everybody too. The same with you marijuana smokers. That stuff stink. Over here where I live, I can't even sit out on my patio when certain people drive up in their cars because the weed just comes, it smells like hell. Okay? You're exposing not only yourself to something that's harmful, but harming other people too with your cigarette smoke, your marijuana smoke. So are we avoiding harmful and sinful things that displease Allah? Are we avoiding harmful and sinful things that harm ourselves or others? If you're not, then you're not implementing al-Bara. And again, as Muslims, we're supposed to stand out against injustice. We're supposed to stand out against racism, oppression, and all of that. Oh my God. I hate to say it, but it seems like the Muslims are the ones that's being racist today. Look at TikTok. Look at all the videos being posted up about how it's all about Gaza. What's that one TikTok video that went viral? Let the Africans eat mud. Who cares about what the Africans are going through? Let them eat mud. They deserve it. Oh, is this distancing ourselves from injustice? Are we being just, walking around with the flags of Gaza tied around us, the flags of Palestine? What did the Prophet Muhammad do? Did he have flags of different tribes tied around his neck when a tribe was suffering? Okay. Where's the flags for Nigeria? Where's the flags for the Congo? Where's the flags for Sudan? Where's the flags for Mali, Niger, Ghana, Senegal? These are countries that's been genocided for decades and nobody has cared. Where's the flag for China, the concentration camps the Muslims have been in since 2017? Where's the flags for these countries? All we see is Gaza, Gaza, Gaza. Okay? Is this disassociation from all that opposes our belief? Is this a form of rejecting injustice and oppression? Or are we just concerned with one part of the world? It's Gaza or nothing and nothing else. Look at us, guys. And the war came from Allah. He sent this as a wake-up call so we can see. So the people of knowledge can, and the people who are learned and intelligent can see how we've deviated away from La ilaha illallah and wala wa better. The companions were united as one. The flag of Islam is La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. In war times, it was black. In times of peace, it was white. But it always had La ilaha illallah. It was not for the Quraysh. They didn't have the Quraysh flag. They didn't have the Ansar flag. They had their La ilaha illallah as the flag. Wala wa better, one nation. We don't see that anymore. All we see is Gaza. Okay? Are we distancing ourselves from negative influence and environments that lead to moral decay? One of the new Shahada brothers, I remember last Ramadan, it was Ibrahim, brother Ibrahim. He spoke about how he was living in Miami, Florida. And he said how hard it was for him to maintain his faith living in Miami, Florida, where the women walk around naked. They walk around in their underwear, actually in a pair of panties and a bra. And they ride around on roller skates. He said, what am I supposed to do? I feel my morality decaying. I told him, you're supposed to make hijrah, move. I said, because should you fall into sin and fornicate, and should you die, the angels, the first thing they're going to ask you is, why did you not move? Was not Allah's earth spacious? There's too much a sin going on down there. Plus, it's too hot. Get up, move. The earth is spacious. Don't allow your environment to cause your morality to decline. Also, are we implementing distancing when it comes to the way we talk with others, and backbiting and gossip and slander? Are we harming other people's reputations due to our jealousy? Are we avoiding participating in unethical business practices? How many of you are into that crypto stuff? That crypto stuff is haram. This is interest. This is haram. How many of you are working as real estate agents? Oh, yeah, this is the new thing in America. A lot of the Muslim youth are working as real estate agents so they can make all that interest commission and get rich quick. This is haram. We're supposed to distance ourselves from that, not become a part of it. And again, the drugs, alcohol, sex, exposing ourselves to harmful ideologies. How many of you are hanging out in chat programs, social media platforms where people promote hatred, people promote argumentation and debate? This is haram. People who promote extremism and violent interpretations of our religion that lead to harm, terrorism and stuff. We're supposed to do better, distance ourselves from all of that crap. How many of us refuse to support or participate in discrimination I told you guys, one of the big problems here in America, the so-called Islamic schools for children. Do you guys know I got another phone call just a couple of days ago? Some sister went to enroll her child in a so-called Islamic school, and they refused her because she was Black. I get so sick of this. What is this? This discrimination based on race, ethnicity, or religion. We're supposed to not be a part of that, to distance ourselves from that, but we find Muslims taking part in it. We're supposed to reject materialism and excessive wealth that jeopardizes our ethical or spiritual values. We're supposed to let go of arrogance, let go of pride, and embrace humility and modesty. Look at how the Muslim girls are dressing today. I just had one of the young kids ask me a question today. She said, Arabic girls in the mosque, they don't cover up. And when she asked them why they don't wear hijab, they told her that hijab is not obligatory. Can you believe that? These are Arabic women. Arabic girls going around saying that the hijab is not obligatory, and we wonder why what's happening in the Arabic world is happening. Hello, don't not get it twisted. Do we reject the exploitation or mistreatment of animals or the environment? Remember, we are a people of balance, a people of justice. How many of us abuse animals? How many of us abuse the earth? We litter. We cut down trees that people use for shade just to be mean. Again, when we talk about al-bara, we're talking about distancing ourselves from any and all things that contradict our Islamic beliefs. So now I'm going to give you guys a quiz. It's just a couple of questions. What I'm going to do is ask you, do any of the following things, I'm going to put up different scenarios, and I want you to tell me whether or not the scenario shows a lack of al-bara, which is disassociation, or al-wala, which is allegiance. I want to see if you Muslims listening to me understand the difference between al-bara, which is allegiance, al-bara, which is a disassociation, and al-wala, which is allegiance. So let's look at the first question, just several questions. Question number 1, boycotting. If the Muslims boycotted Boeing Industries, and for those of you who don't know, Boeing Industries, this is the company that makes the weapons, the airplanes, the bombs, and all the stuff that's used by Israel. If you boycott Boeing Industries, is this an example of al-wala or al-bara? Who can answer it and why? Tell me why it's al-bara or why it's wala. Which one is it? Come on, guys.
We're associated because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam boycotted people. He never boycotted in like companies, but he boycotted people. We are boycotting the industries that are supplying weapons that are going against, the Muslims. So it's okay to side with them and, go against those people that are doing injustice to those people that are.
Good job. Good job. This is al-bara. Good job. This is distancing. As Muslims, we're supposed to do this. And when we talk about boycotting, don't get it twisted. The problem with Muslims, like I had a discussion earlier today with someone, first of all, Islam doesn't dictate that we have to boycott anything. That's not a law in Islam anyway. Let's not get it twisted. The Prophet Muhammad didn't go around boycotting food and all that stuff. Okay? But boycotting could be a powerful mechanism for us to use as a nation. But we have to first of all know what to boycott. That's the problem. We're so ignorant. We don't know the companies that support Israel and the companies that don't. For example, Starbucks. Starbucks is not the type of company to support anything because Starbucks is a franchise. It's owned by whoever buys it. So this is a lie about Starbucks. The same with McDonald's. The same with CoverGirl. The same with Nike shoes. No. You have to know what companies really are providing. Boeing Industries. This is an American company that builds. They are contracted to build the weapons and stuff used to help the war for Israel. So yeah, if you boycotted them, that could make a big change. But no, we're busy boycotting Starbucks and CoverGirl, who are laughing at us because they're like, these ignorant Muslims. This is America. America doesn't work that way anyway. You got to be a company like Boeing Industries, who's contracted with the federal government to do shipping outside America. First of all, we got to learn the politics of America. You can't send nothing to a foreign country unless you go through the federal government. And you have to have a contract with the federal government. Y'all need to learn civics and learn about American trade. Boeing Industries is contracted through the federal government to be the builders of the planes and stuff that's going to Israel. Boycott them. Okay, so this is El Berra. Good job. What about this? Let's bring it more simpler. You call off from work because it's Christmas. Is this an example of executing El Wella or El Berra, and why? Who can answer that?
It's El Bara because you're distancing yourself from the people that's celebrating Christmas, so you called off for that day.
So why would you distance yourself from those people?
Because what they believe in is contradicting everything that we stand for.
Exactly. This is contradicting our lifestyle as Muslims. This is contradicting the laws of Allah. We don't participate in Christmas. We don't worship no one but Allah. So calling off from work because it's Christmas Day, that's a good example of practicing wala and berra. More particularly, berra. I'm distancing myself from that which stands between me and my belief system. Good job, Mina. What about this one? You're sending money to help build a mosque. Is this an example of El Wala or El Berra, and why?
This sides with Wala, we are sided on something that is good for building Allah's house and putting forward towards that. So that's an example towards Wala.
MashaAllah, this is a Wala, which is allegiance. By building or helping to build a mosque, you're showing allegiance to the other Muslims. You're helping other Muslims to do something that's good. So sending money to help build a mosque, this is an example of al-wala, which is allegiance, showing allegiance to the Muslims, showing allegiance to Allah and to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Last one. What about this one? You stand up and speak out against discrimination. Is that an example of El Wala or El Berra, and how?
Will it be considered Bara because we're standing up
against an injustice. We're standing up for a good cause.
Exactly. This is distancing. You're speaking out against. You're speaking out against racism. You're speaking out against discrimination. So you're distancing yourself from that. And it's also, it could be wala too, because you're showing allegiance to Allah, because Allah is justice. Allah loves justice. Allah loves for us to stand up for what's good and speak out against what's evil. So this is an example of both wala and el-bara. Okay, mashallah, you guys did pretty good today. So I'm going to stop right there. Let me see if I can fix this screen back. Hold on, let me figure out how to do it. Is it this one or this one? This one? Well, hold on, let me, I thought I had it right, guys. Replace the screen. Okay, I click that button. Then I go here. Then I go here. Here. There it is. Okay. Mashallah, you guys did a good job. So again, guys, we have to implement. Ramadan is ended, but we have to implement showing allegiance and disassociation in our everyday lives. Everybody understand that? We have to practice that. We have to practice distancing ourselves from anything that opposes our belief system or stands in between our relationship with Allah. And we have to also implement allegiance to that which is pleasing to Allah. Okay, are there any questions or comments?
Yes, I have a tree in front of my house that I cut down because I'm allergic to it. Is that something that's okay? We have to cut it down.
Yes. What type of, when we talk about cutting down trees, what type of trees are we talking about, guys? Can anybody remember the hadith? What's the meaning of that hadith? When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Don't cut down trees," what else did he say? What's the
trees provide shade for the people?
Exactly. A tree that the people use for a reason. Say, for example, there's a tree in the playground that they tied a swing on, and the kids like to swing on that swing. So to be cruel, you go and cut it down just to keep the children from swinging on the swing. That's just cruel. Or say there's a tree in the park that's a big, beautiful willow tree, and the people like to go and sit underneath the willow tree, to get out of the sun. So for no reason other than you want to be vindictive, you go and cut it down. So is that the same as I got a tree in my backyard and the roots of it are growing into the foundation of my house? Is that the same thing?
No.
Or I got a tree, like she said, that I'm allergic to. It's causing me to get sick. It's causing my children to get sick, so I cut it down. So that's not the same thing. We're talking about people who are mean and evil. There's a lot of bad people out there. Don't get it twisted. People that don't want to see nobody happy. They want to go around and be their denizens of shaitan. That's what we're talking about in that hadith. Okay, good. Any other questions? Good job. Any other questions? Did it make sense? Yeah, okay, good. Sister Sandra said, mashallah, this all makes so much sense. She said, yeah. She said when she was reading the book, she kind of got confused. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of the sisters say that when they read the book, this is an example as to how you cannot teach yourself the religion. You have to learn from the people and knowledge. You have to have a person who understands the concept to teach you. Because like Sandra said, if you read this book on your own, you're going to be confused. You're not going to understand what the sheikh is talking about. You have to know the information in order, and you have to have a person teach you the information. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, sit in the company of the people of knowledge and learn. What does that mean in plain English? It means learn directly from the people of knowledge. You cannot teach yourself. And that's the problem we see. Muslims picking up hadith books, reading hadiths, twisting them out of context. They don't know what the hadiths are talking about. They don't understand with the scenario, but you know, we get it twisted. We have to have a teacher, a bona fide, qualified teacher to explain it. Yeah. But I'm glad that you sisters are getting it, because this book is powerful. All of these books, Kareem Abu Zayd's, I'm going to continue to teach them here at Sunnah Followers. And I'm going to continue to promote them, because these are the best books, you know, for the English-speaking world in regards to Aqidah. This whole series, this whole trilogy. Yes. Yeah, any other questions? Oh, yes, the 9 o'clock class. Yes, the new book. The new book by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. I taught the first chapter yesterday. Pages, not the first chapter. Pages 9 through 16 yesterday. Today we're doing pages what? 16. Didn't I post it up? Yeah. 16 through something. Wait, let me look. Hold on. Let me see, guys. Let me see what those pages are. I posted it up on YouTube, and oh, wait a minute, let me find it. See, y'all got me having to go through this. Where is it at? I'm on a different computer. Okay, here it is. Imitation. Where is it? What
16 and 22.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. 16 through 22. Pages 16, and I did the PowerPoint. I just got to find it. Yeah. Pages 16 through 22.
Sister Layla, you stopped doing the keys of Islam?
Yeah, that was, oh, wait a minute. Look what I did. That was for Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oops. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I done went crazy here. Yeah, Ramadan's over, so hold on. Woo, look what I did. I told y'all they changed this program, and I can't work it. Yes, y'all see that? It went crazy. Y'all can imagine how my eyes look. Oh, here I am. I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, so yeah, paid. Yeah, so how did you guys like the first part? Yesterday, we talked about the prohibitions in prayer, how we pray differently. And by the way, there's a quiz today too. Yeah, so read those pages, because I do have a quiz today. I didn't give you a quiz yesterday, but I have a quiz for you today on that book. Yeah, my ear is itching. I don't know. I think it's what's that stuff called? I usually use the argan Moroccan oil for my hair. Yes, even people with that type of hair have to put oil in their hair. But this one is a different type of oil, and it's got my ear itching like crazy, man. I think I might be allergic to it. This ain't the Moroccan oil I usually use. I don't know what this is, but it's got my ear itching like crazy, because I exercise a day when I got to work, and I like to put oil. Yeah, do that, sisters. Let me tell y'all about that too. Little girl talk here for a minute. You got to keep it real. When you sisters do your exercise, you know, get that argan Moroccan oil, put a little bit, just a little dab of do you. I'm talking to the sisters with the straight hair like what I got. Little dab of do you. Rub it in. That's all. Because I'm going to tell y'all what happens. I learned this from my hairstylist. She said that when you exercise, you produce sweat. Sweat contains salt. And just so you sisters know, you want to know why you get split ends? Why your hair breaks off at the ends? The salt from you sweating. So even us women with the straight hair, you put that little dab on your hand, oil it. What did the Prophet say? What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? What's the hadith about hair? Can somebody tell me the hadith? This shows you how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us everything we need to know about life. What did he say about your hair? Anybody remember the hadith? What's the hadith?
He said, comb through it and oil it.
Exactly. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anyone who has hair, comb it and oil it on a regular basis. And yes, even people with the straight hair need to oil it. When you see all those splittings, that's why. Salt in your hair. Oh, oil, man. Argan. Buy the argan oil. It's Moroccan oil. It's the best. Put it on there. Little dab, do you? See why it's good to have a female dyer? You won't hear that from Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd. May Allah bless him. I mean, yeah, but yeah, sisters, yeah, do that. That'll stop that split end stuff. Yes. Now here we go. Here we go with the questions. Can I use a flat iron on my hair? Yes. Sisters, let me just, before we even go through all that, the lawful and the unlawful have been clearly defined by Allah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the things that Allah has not mentioned are lawful. So accept the concessions of Allah. Allah doesn't mention anything about a curling iron. Allah doesn't mention anything about a blow dryer. Allah doesn't mention anything about that stuff. So what does that mean? It's all lawful. Blow dry your hair. Yes, you can use a curling iron. Yes, you can use a straightening comb. But what I suggest you sisters do is go to a beautician like Layla does, because they know what to do. They'll have your hair sewed together that it's like, remember those Brett commercials? Running through the field, your hair flying. Yeah. Plus, it feels good to get your hair done. They get in there and, yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, but use the oil, sister. That'll stop them split ends. And whatever this oil is I bought, it's making my ear itch. Okay, any other questions or comments? 9 o'clock. Yes, my class on prohibited imitations. You guys, we're going to be discussing how we're different, how we don't imitate the non-Muslims in fasting. We don't imitate them in how we slaughter our animals and even how we eat. Yeah, so we'll discuss that. And there's going to be a quiz. I'll be giving you a quiz afterwards too. So read it over. All right, guys, I'm going to log out for now. I'll see you guys back here at 9. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa